Hey friends, Kendall here and baby Kensey. It's been a hot second since we did our last video. In full honesty and transparency, we lost our dog Maverick. He was almost 14 years old. And we've been just in a season of mourning, to be honest with you, having the baby girl and our doggy together for as long as we had them was an incredible blessing. But it's really sad as you know if you've had a dog for that long, or really just anything for that long, it really does become a part of your everyday life. And when you lose that, your everyday life gets altered. So we are still a little sad. We picked up his ashes yesterday, but we are keeping on, keeping on. So Kenzie had a 6 month halfway around the sun birthday party recently, but today we really want to focus on doing a Q&A. So if you have any additional questions, we can do another one of these videos. So go ahead and just put them in the comments. But we have some questions that we are going to start with. We're going to run through them pretty quick. We have 10 questions we're going to do for you. Kenzie just woke up from her nap, but she's a little strawberry baby today, a little cute little girl. But we want to go ahead and just reconnect. So let's dive in. First question, what is the weirdest or funniest noise Kenzie makes? So Kenzie makes a couple really funny noises. We call it the Piccolo Pete scream. She does this like squeal and it's so loud, it sounds like a Piccolo Pete firework. She also does this like double snort when she's sleeping. That is absolutely hysterical. Question two, if Kenzie could talk right now, what do you think she'd say? This is actually a really good question. So Kenzie's been talking and communicating with us. Of course, not with words, not with full English yet, but she is really communicating with us. And what I think she would say the most is, I love you. She is so affectionate and compassionate with us. And she does this thing where she puts her hand on our face in the most gentle way, not always the most gentle, but mostly the most gentle way, and really just connects with us. And she started to give kisses as well. So if I had to guess, I would think that she would say, I love you. So next question. What's been the biggest mom fail moment that you can now laugh about? So this happened recently. We were in our living room and we've started to like barricade our living room because Kenzie is rolling all over the place. She is scooting backwards. And she had gotten herself, we have like a little mini reclining chair that her grandparents got her. And we had her car seat on top of this little reclining chair. Totally did not, like, she was nowhere near it. This is the first time she got anywhere near it. Well, she rolled herself over to it, and there's a strap that hangs off her car seat, and she went to pull it. And I was sitting across, I was on the ground playing with her, but I was sitting across the living room, and I was watching this happen in slow motion. And she pulled it, and had I not done anything, her full car seat would have fallen on her head. And so my husband said I had a super mom moment because I turned into a superhero and I dove across the living room. I shoved the car seat so that when it fell, it missed her. I ended up, I think, bruising my ribs a little bit in the process. So that is definitely a moment that we can laugh about now. At the time was really scary. But it's amazing. Like you go into this, like, I get when they say, like, oh yeah, you can lift a car. There is something there that turns you into a superhero as a mom. Question four, who does Kenzie look like more, mom or dad? And what's the funniest comparison you've gotten? We get all the time that she looks just like Casey. We are out in public and consistently people will comment and tell Casey that the baby looks just like him, just like him. So she's a mini husband of mine, which I absolutely love. But she absolutely looks like my husband. Question five, what's the most unexpected thing you've learned about babies since having Kenzie. I don't know that I would say unexpected. I do have a background in child development. I was the oldest of six kids growing up. So my mom had twins when I was 10. So when it comes to babies, there's not a lot that is, I would say, unexpected. So I don't know. You know what is most unexpected is the breastfeeding journey. I would think just really understanding that how beneficial breast milk is for babies and how like she's solely like 100% healthy because of my breast milk. And just understanding that whole process and the importance of it was probably one of the most unexpected things that I learned with having the baby. All right, question six. What has been the biggest surprise about becoming a mom? Oh my gosh, I would say my capacity. Before, I would think that like I was stressed or I was this, I was that. Like I have so much more on my plate now as a mom than I ever have. And so I didn't realize that there was like this next level capacity that you can tap into as a mom. I mean, think about it. 24/7, my brain is focused on this baby in one way or another. I wasn't even doing that before. I'm still a wife. I'm still an entrepreneur. I'm still in my networking groups and on my board meetings and like all the things that I do before. But I also now have space for this little being in my life 24/7. So I would say the biggest surprise is the capacity that moms have. Question seven. What's Kenzie's personality like so far, and how is she most like you or her dad? So she's compassionate and caring and nurturing, which I think she gets from me, but she's also daring and funny. Like her dad, the first time she started to roll, her dad looked at her and said, I bet you can't make it to the dining room. And she had maybe rolled like from her front to her back to her front. She was now doing both, but she had only done it a couple of times. Within 5 minutes, because I told her dad, I said, you don't know whose baby you're talking to because her dad is very much a rebel. And within 5 minutes, she does a triple barrel roll and she is in the dining room. And so she is very much has her dad's personality when it comes to being a little rebel. And I love that about her. Number eight, we're almost done. How has your daily routine changed since having Kenzie? My daily routine is very flexible since having Kenzie. I used to be rigid in like I have this on this time, this on this time, this on this time, and now everything's really Kenzie time. You know, we start our day when she's ready to get up. If she's napping, right now, she's still co-sleeping. We're still working on getting her to do independent naps. It happens every once in a while, but not consistently. But it really is around her schedule and what's best for her. And I'm so grateful that I get to make that the priority. But my schedule is not my own anymore. It really is her schedule and what's best for her. So that's the biggest change. That and like I used to prioritize myself every morning. Like it was I'm going to start my day, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And now it really just is like I'm going to do what I can. And we're going to go from there. Question nine. What advice would you give a new or soon to be mom? Cherish every moment. Cherish every moment. It is flying by. And I know people say that it really is like at one time, I was stressed out about her spitting up and having reflux. And then the next thing like that's not an issue anymore. And then, we're in the season of needing to baby proof everything. And then there's going to be another season and another season. And these seasons fly by. And so when you can feel stressed out about one season, before you know it, that season's gone. And so just try not to stress as much about, each little season and the difficulties that come in each season, and really just try to cherish, try to cherish every moment because they fly by. Last question. What are your favorite mommy and baby products right now? Okay. So the boppy. We use the boppy every single day. Kenzie is literally sitting on it on my lap right now. We use it for breastfeeding. The Boppy is hands down the best. We have a giant play mat, so we have a cat still. And so with animal hair in the house, I don't want her on the floor, but she needs to have that floor time. It's so important. So I have a giant play mat that covers my living room floor that I pick up every day. And so she has an environment that doesn't have any animal hair around it. So we use that every single day as well. Um, of course, I have a diaper caddy, so she's so big now that I actually change her on the floor. So having a diaper caddy where I can just change her on the floor, I'm not worried about her rolling off anything or what have you, which can happen when they start rolling for sure. She loves her books. So having those books that have that crinkle to them is her favorite toy. We are tapping into food recently, and so all the things with the suction cups are ideal. So those are the most important. Also, any sort of onesie with minimal buttons and heavy on the zippers. Those are the best. Those are the absolute best. So, all right. Well, I'm going to see if this little one wants some milkies and get her fed. And so she is a happy girl. She's still waking up, sweet thing. But we're glad to be back with you. I'll be posting more this month. And thank you guys for your grace. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Kenzie, say bye. Say bye, friends. Bye, friends. Can you do kisses? Bye, friends.